After spending the last 308 days on deployment in Afghanistan, 280 members of the Guam Army National Guard returned to a hero's welcome. An estimated 1,500 to 2,000 people lined the runway with signs and leis ready to welcome their loved ones into their arms. Bernie Lizama didn't just have her husband, Sergeant First Class Anthony Lizama, but also her son, Specialist Randall Lizama, on this deployment, making it twice as difficult and nerve-wracking.
Holding the two of them in my arms and just hugging them and just giving them big kisses and just to hold them and know that they're finally here. Yeah, right now I have so much butterflies in my stomach.
Lizama says she was able to get through this deployment by relying on her faith and her family. Her daughter Mimi, a senior at Academy, says she couldn't have asked for a better graduation gift.
My brother and I, we're super close. We have a really strong bond, and I'm really looking forward to him being home. You know, we got to pick on each other again, have our brother and sister bonding.
Natasha Cruz and her 10-month-old son Noah had been anxious about the arrival. You see, Noah was born 2 days after her husband, Specialist Christian Cruz, was deployed.
I didn't know how it was going to be if I wasn't pregnant. I think it would have been harder for me because, you know, I don't have anybody, but now that since he was born, it's been pretty easy. My days went faster.
This was Christian's first deployment, and Saturday he would meet his son for the very first time.
Back of his shirt says, I've waited 306 days to hug my daddy, and it's actually 308 days, but I counted it from when he was born. He knows the voice, and he knows his face, and when he sees people in uniform, he thinks it's his dad.
This has been the toughest deployment to endure for Sergeant Michael Doyle's wife, Sissy Doyle, who's a mother of 5.
The twins, they're very close to Dad, so the first couple months was hard. Taryn over there would cry every night for Dad, so I had to play the role.
Doyle says she was able to get through with prayer, site activities, and sharing with her children about their dad's service and sacrifice.
Communication, patience, yeah, that's about it. That's the only thing that took us this far.
The 5 kids were just as anxious to reunite with their dad.
Just to have him here to help us out. Having a dad in the house again, it's going to be fun.
What about you?
Just having my daddy back.
What about you?
Who's coming home?
Daddy.
And shortly before midnight, the wait was finally over.
The aircraft is here! Let them hear you! Welcome! Welcome home!
The white Omni Air International plane was welcomed with a water salute as it parked on the runway. Governor Eddie Calvo, Lieutenant Governor Ray Tenorio, and Adjutant General Major General Benny Paulino were the first to welcome the soldiers home before they deplaned the aircraft. And within minutes, the first soldiers exited the plane, one waving a Guam flag. And one by one, the soldiers walked down the stairs and ran into the arms of their loved ones. Spouses embraced in tearful and emotional reunions as children clung to their deployed parent with ear-to-ear grins. Soldiers breathed sighs of relief to be home and finally in the arms of family.
What did I learn? How much of life we take for granted, and how blessed we are, especially coming from our culture. Very humbling to be out there and come back here.
And as cameras were flashing and the embraces continued, Natasha and Noah waited, anxiously watching as each soldier got off the aircraft. And then, Christian saw him for the very first time.
How does it feel to carry him for the first time? You're okay, baby. You're okay.
Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Indy Egan.
All right, Mindy, thanks very much. Wonderful story there. Now, these soldiers, just so you know, were able to spend times with their loved ones Sunday, but reported straight to duty today through Wednesday for some station activity, including administrative and supply integration for soldiers, as well as the Keep Your Guard Up program for those unemployed and underemployed service members. Once again, from all of us here at KUAM, welcome home.
And while they were here to welcome the first wave of soldiers from the Guam National Guard, Governor Eddie Calvo and Adjutant General Major General Benny Paulino are now in Camp Shelby, Mississippi to greet and salute the remaining soldiers. The two arrived to Mississippi just today and are expressing their appreciation for their service. We spoke with them over the phone earlier today.
They know that this long journey they took is going to come to an end soon, and so the anticipation of coming home, the joy, the exhilaration, that's all setting in. So the morale is very, very high. It's a wonderful atmosphere over here.
The best Christmas present that the people of Guam could ever receive is having our heroes return. So we saw them return last night with that first wave to come in, and now we are here at Camp Shelby prepping these folks, these soldiers, and on their way back for Guam as well.
General Paulino added that the high morale of soldiers is also attributed to the efforts that have been made with the Keep Your Guard Up campaign and the unemployment assistance, which has been made available to over 200 returning soldiers. The last group of soldiers may possibly arrive this weekend.